Hello guys, Cyber Dragon here, bringing you guys the last part of Acnologia. So, before we actually start, in about about next week, I will be recording the 1 year anniversary of my channel. Technically, my channel has been made for a long time, but this is when I officially started making what ifs. I'm hoping to expand my content over the years of not just that, but also getting better and better at it. The first year of YouTube is always the hardest. I will say more about this in my in the new video I will be making in about a week or so. But yeah. And I'm really hoping to at least try and set up my new recording equipment. Try to do it on this computer. If I can't, I most likely have to get a new one because this would suck. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys will like this video. Honestly, this should have probably ended way back when, but you know. So, but either way, we can start now. We begin in Ryuko's office, doing paperwork, as usual, just doing usual business. Until Miyako burst in. Ryuko! Ryumi, what is it? And was kicking my door really necessary? Did you see the message yet? No. What is it? There's a countrywide call for all heroes to capture and or kill Acnologia. Is that really news? Yes, but yes, because they're leading an attack now. Oh, it's soon. What? Ryuko jumps onto her computer and sees that it's true. The attack is being led by Endeavor. And one of the main recruits are at UA. What are they thinking? I don't know, but the association just gave him emergency power, so he can do whatever the hell he wants at the moment. Damn it, they can't do this. We're gonna have to go. We're going to UA right now and trying to stop this. Right. So, now they head to Nezu's office at UA as he's doing paperwork. Till Miyako kicks down the door again. Nezu! So, why the fuck are you letting students go on a raid on Acnologia? Unfortunately, I don't have control over that. So, if they want to go, it's their choice. What? But they're trying to... But you're the principal. So don't you have authority over this? Not when it comes to a global crisis. As they turn around to see Endeavor stepping around the corner. So you plan on sending all these heroes and fucking kids at Acnologia? No, because I'm leading the attack. And some heroes and students didn't even join, which their loss. No, that's the smart ones. You're just going to get you and everyone else killed if you attack. Yeah, right. While me and the other real heroes work to stop this menace that you two created, the other heroes who didn't join will be shamed and shunned for not contributing to this day. You'll die. Whatever. I just came here to say that my son and another boy with spiky blonde hair has joined, too. You're gonna put your own son at risk? For your ego? call it what you want, but after we capture him, I'll be promoted to number 1 finally and beat him. So, are you talking about me, Endeavor? All Might, who comes around the corner. Ah, so you're scared I'll take your spot? It's not about our positions on leaderboards, you know. It's about the safety of all the heroes and children here. Whatever, they know what the risks are. Once they join up, not moving out of the... Once they join up. And when they do, there's no backing out. Now get out of the way. As Endeavor shoves All Might out of the way, walking out. Nezu, isn't there anything you can do? Unfortunately, no. He has the support of Japan's government at the moment. And this is apparently their last resort. So, because he's the one who discovered information about him. Unexplained to us. How? That he did not tell us. But the Hero Committee and government doesn't care. He's given them emergency power. There's nothing any of us can do. Well, maybe you can't, but I can. As Ryuku grabs her phone. What are you planning to do? What I can to help my son. Wait, you're calling him? Not him. Her. As we cut to Fumi on the island. As she's just watching the sunset. To see her phone is going off. Oh. As she picks up, and Ryuku quickly tells us what's going on. I see. I wish I would say I'm surprised, but what do you want me to do about it? I can't stop my father. You just need to warn Izuku and to get him to take you and whoever else is on that island to a safe place. Please. Plead to him not to kill any student. They're only children. Alright, I can try to do that. Thank you. So they're bringing a bunch of heroes, and I mean a lot. All of Japan heroes and other heroes from other countries even. I know, but I doubt that Izuku will kill them. Maybe hurt them to the point that they have to retire, though. Maybe some did. Better than him ending their lives, I guess. I agree, but let me try to talk to him. And I'll talk to you later. Alright. Talk to you soon. Fumi hangs up. Time to get him. So, Fumi goes to where Deku's at. In his cave, currently training Eri and Koda. It has been about a month, maybe 2. Let's say, since that day. No, that's a long time to skip, but still. So, as Fumi walks up to Deku. Izuku, we have a problem. What's the matter? Well, your mother called and she has some troubling news. Oh, if it's about her and Auntie as a couple, I kind of knew about that. I don't think a whole lot on it though. But no, not that. My father got emergency power from the Hero Association and government, and he's ordering a full-scale attack on you and well, almost every hero in Japan and maybe some other countries has come through cyst. I see. Well, looks like your and my father will be the same here after this. Huh? I'm saying I'm gonna take him out of the picture. End him. Don't know how to feel about that information, but so. But don't kill anyone else. I know you might not like it, but there's children from hero schools. Just don't kill them. They're only so younger. They don't know what they're getting into. I may be many things, but I don't want to kill those who don't deserve it. But Fumi, your father, he's done for what he's trying to do to you and others. I know. I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say to you. As Deku grabs her head and places his gently on hers, Fumi slightly blushes. Well, what do you have planned? I have no choice but to fight, but I can't while you and the children are here. So, seems the test has begun then. Fumi, can I see your phone? Sure. As Deku dials up Ryuku. Hello? Sir, Fumi, what's going on? Hello, Mom. Izuku? Yes, and I have a favor to ask. Sure, but if it's trying to call out the attack, I can't even not even All Might can do that. No, I have no intention to try to stop it, because this might show the Hero Association to work with me after I take down all these heroes. I see. Well, Fumi told you everything, so why are you calling? Well, it's time for your test, and to see if I'm ready to forgive you and possibly come back. I see. What's the test? Deku gives her a location. Alright. Time skip to the day of the attack. Endeavor has arrived on several boats with hundreds of heroes. Alright, everyone. We're doing this quick and fast. UA students, stay out here, and Mount Ladies group with me. So, right. Mount Ladies group and others follow Endeavor inside. This is bullshit. What are you so angry about? I wanted to fight that fucking dragon, but that flaming asshole is keeping us here. This is a delicate mission, Bakugo, and we shouldn't rush into things. And we're just here for support if things go sideways. Whatever. After this, I'm looking forward to getting my hero license. So, if that's all you're here for, then I don't see why you came. What are you here for? To get answers for what? Fine. As now, we cut to Endeavor Mount Lady. This group. which consists of Death Arms and Kamui Woods, and a hero with a scan quirk who showed them where Deku cave was at. They walk in and see Deku sitting on a throne made out of stone. Hello, heroes. What do I owe the pleasure for you invading my home? We're here to put you under arrest for hundreds of murders. But since they already tried you, we are here to end you. Deku rolls his eyes. You really think you can? I have the power you can only dream of. And you came here to try to kill me. With a plank of wood, a woman who can grow in size, and a guy who is only a tiny bit strong, and you, a man who just shoots fire from his body. I'm not impressed with that. But honestly, I'm more than happy you're all here, because last time I checked, heroes don't try to assassinate. So from my point of view, you're all just common villain scum. Well, that's the point of view, and history will tell who's the villain here. Now, burn! Prominence? So burn! The cave is filled with fire and engulfed Deku. After a few seconds of endeavor to stop his attack. So setting ablaze to his throne. That's Acnologia? What a joke. Not bad. That's... As everyone looks and sees Deku stands there perfectly fine, with smoke coming off his body. But I can do better. Dragon roar! As the entire cave explodes from Deku's dragon roar, as smoke comes out of the cave, as all the heroes who were in the cave was launched out. Several burns. And Deku walks out holding Death Arms in his arm. I honestly thought he would survive the blast. And yes, he actually killed Death Arms and had his arms in his hands. Get that son of a bitch! As the hero starts to attack using their quirks, different ones. But Deku isn't even phased. He honestly is just disappointed. Now I see why there were so many villain scum. Because you're all pathetic. As Deku begins to transform into his dragon form. But Mount Lady grew large enough to tackle Deku. But Deku grabs her by the neck and slams her onto the ground. And he proceeds to grab her arm with his mouth, crushing it, making it completely useless. As she screams out in pain, Kamui Woods yells out, "You bastard!" as he uses his quirk, trying to trap Deku. But Deku uses his other arm that he was holding Mount Lady down with, grabs the attack and sends Kamui away into a cliff wall. Then proceeds to open his mouth, shooting a beam at the top of the cliff, making the rubble fall on top of him. Damn it. So, we're getting our asses handed to us. As then, Bakugo starts to blast towards Deku, holding both gauntlets at him. Die! Both gauntlets fired and hits Deku square on. Deku just withstood the attack. Was he even phased? Pathetic. This is what the UA's best is? An explosive palm rat. Fuck you! As Deku drops Mount Lady and looks at Deku. This is the attack force they sent to kill me. I still feel insulted. But you're nothing more than common villain scum. As he opens his mouth, shooting a beam at the heroes. After the beam was fired, Bakugo was spotted with several burns, but he is unconscious, while the other heroes wasn't so lucky. Be lucky I spared your life, child. As Deku continues to attack. Although Bakugo's foot glands, on the other hand, was singed, he can never use his quirk after this day. Deku looks up at the heroes and shoots another beam for more power. He aims it at the bunch of boats, where the birds were landed at, destroying them all, and injuring and even killing several different heroes. Deku continues a large amount. It continues until a large amount of ice hits him. Deku just shrugs it off, but looks at who sent the attack, and it came from Todoroki. Shoto Todoroki, I assume. How do you know my name? Your sister Fumi. She talks about you a lot. And asks me not to hurt you in Pacific in any way. Fumi? Why did you say her name, dragon? As Deku looks towards Endeavor. Shut it, Endeavor. The adults are talking. As he just tail swipes Endeavor away. As I was saying, Shoto, Fumi and me have been quite good friends. So, she wants to see you. Alright then. I want to see her too. I came here to ask questions, but I can ask them later. As Deku grabs Todoroki and picks him up. But Endeavor has not heard that. You're not getting away! Prominence? Burn! As he fires another attack at Deku. But again, having the same result. Be gone, worm! As he uses his free arm to crush Endeavor, breaking his spine and leaving him in place. Endeavor screams out in pain as Deku left him there. Now then. Deku spreads his wings out and starts to fly up, still holding Todoroki, as he looks down at the island he had. Opens his mouth and destroy an entire chunk of the island. So, killing the portion that Endeavor was on, not where most of the others were at. You killed them. Only some of them. Fumi told me not to kill the children there, but your father, on the other hand, I made no promises to. And after everything your father did, and he planned, his death was a long time coming. I understand. And now that man is dead. So Fumi's future is safe, and so is the rest of my family. Good. Now then. Let's go. As Deku flies off with Todoroki. We go to Ryuku and Fumi now, who is at Ryuku's agency. Ryuku and Fumi are just talking outside. Thank you again, Miss Ryuku, for keeping us here. I'm sorry we had you and your sidekicks help like this, though. No, it's fine. Nijiri likes children. As they look over to see Nijiri and the Big Three playing with Eri and Koda. So playing a simple game of tag. Children are adorable. I'm glad Izuku is giving me a second chance to see them play. Yeah. I can't wait to have children of my own one day. Well, that day might be soon if you and Izuku seals the deal. What? No. Me and Izuku aren't dating. Not yet. Well, if you know, then maybe I should ask him out. I'm glad to hear that. But now, if you do become a mother, I'm just gonna tell you how to be a best one possible. Just don't do anything I did. I'm sure you tried. Oh, I like this one, Ryuku. I do too, Ryumi. As they're talking, they hear a dragon roar coming towards them, and see his Deku. Deku lands with Todoroki getting put down first. As Eri and Koda rushes up to Deku, hugging his legs. Oh, my little dragons, how was Grandma's? Sup, both said at the same time. It was great, we had so much fun. Yeah, but Eri keeps cheating at tag. Nejire? As Deku looks up to see Nejire is floating. Oh, it's you. Hello. You know me when we first met. Did you really need to bash my head into the wall? Yeah. Sorry about that. I was angry back then. Oh, it's okay. I forgive you. I don't have that much headaches anymore. Right. As Fuyumi runs up to Todoroki and hugs him. Shoto! Fuyumi. Hi. As Todoroki hugs back, hesitantly. How are you? How have you been? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. So this is where you've been. Yeah, sort of. I've been living with Izuku, though. Which, speaking of which, so you hug him but not me? As Fuyumi blushes and goes up to and hugs him. Miyuko, however, takes a picture and whispers to Ryuku. I'm making that go on the slideshow. Ryuku just puts a thumbs up. Afterwards, they all just head in, asking questions now. So, did you do it? Did I dealt with Endeavor? Yes. And there's no way for him to come back after what I did. I see. But what about the children? Who gone? All are fine, with no serious injuries. Maybe one, where he's not gonna die. Damn, you took out most of Hero Japan's without getting a scratch? Yep. I guaranteed I think I shouldn't have killed and injured so many because now the villain scum, they're probably going to try to take advantage of that situation. That will most likely what happens soon. Yes. I will take out any risk of the quick evasive bullets without any on gangs, though. I don't even think there are many villains who could actually pose a threat. Well, there's the League of Villains group. They're too small to be that big of a threat, and I doubt anyone would join them. True, almost everyone forgot about them ever since you started your villain crusade. Yes, but I think that we shouldn't overlook their parts. They created something to beat All Might once. Well, it may be nothing in power to Izuku, but compared to the rest of us, it could be a problem. Well, whatever does come this way, I'll protect you all. So, as he says that, a huge explosion is heard. What was that? As Deku sniffs the air, I can smell blood on the streets. That isn't a good sign. Yeah, and as suddenly a crash from the roof and a Nomu fall into their living room. Several, in fact. But Tamaki, protect the children. As Miyako starts to attack the Nomus, and hits few of them in the head, smashing the brains. Except for one, who has muscle fibers wrapped around the head, aka Nomu-fied muscular. Wait, that's Muscular's quirk. As the muscular Nomu looks at Koda with with one eye missing. It is a high-end muscular Nomu. That's what I'm just calling it, muscular Nomu. Show me your blood! As the muscular Nomu rushes at Koda and Eri. So as he's rushing at them, Deku gets in front, driving his fists into the guts, ripping Muscular in half and sending him out. But as the two halves are falling, it starts to regenerate into two. Well, this will take more than I thought. As Deku looks down at the hole he made with throwing the Nomu out, he sees the whole city is in chaos. People running through the streets, and Nomus as well. With very few heroes able to stop the Metal Liberation Army and remaining villains and Nomus. The only people that is able to help is, of course, heroes, and, well, that didn't go on attack, which isn't many, and some brave civilians. But they're still being overrun. As Deku's looking around, Todoroki, Mirako, Mirio, and Ryuku came down. What's going on? I'm not sure. There's a fuck ton of Nomus here, and random people that fighting each other. Well, we must find the source of all this. Put a stop to it. I agree. As he looks around to see one of the members of the Metal Liberation Army and grabs him. Tell me, what's going on? We are here because there's no heroes to stop us. Who's us? The Metal Liberation Army. And who is your leader? Videstro. And where's this Videstro? In the command center of what used to be as the Hero Association. But you will never win. He's too strong. He's, as Deku just head chops the guy and sends his head flying. Boring conversation anyways. Tosses him aside. Okay. That's one problem down. But now I'm curious about these Nomus. And where's All Might in all of this? I don't know, but you and me will look from above to see if we can help evacuation. Mirio and Todoroki will fight on the ground. While Zuko, I guess you going for the leader? As Deku nods and starts to walk. Everyone does their jobs. As Deku is just making his way with no problems, killing literally anyone who tries to stop him, Deku goes to the main building of the what's used to be known as the Hero Association building with Videstro waiting. You ruined a nice moment I had with my family, right? Oh, sorry, but trying to make progress for the world, you might have to ruin a moment or two. Yeah, such a shame I need to kill you for it now. You think you can stop me, the leader of the Meta Liberation Army? Do you know who I am, or what I just did? Yes, I know who you are, and you and I have the same goals. You want to clean this world of filth and to be free to to do what you want. No rules, no regulations, and to protect yourself when it could have been avoided. So what about we join forces together and we can change this society? I can do what I do for the freedom of others. I did what I did for personal reasons, nothing more. And I don't agree with all of what you said. Shame. I thought you would be different. But if you're not with us, you're against us. Please, don't act like you could beat me or even fight me. It's only just best you accept your fate. That's what you think. As Redestra goes full power immediately. Now die! As Redestro throws a punch at Deku, but he catches it, ripping off the arm. Like I said, you're nothing. As he jumps at Redestro, punching him in the head, right off his body. Redestro's dead body falls to the ground as the building around him crumbles. Now then, for the leader of this no mood, and this will all be over. As he says that, All Might comes crashing down, half beaten in his skinny form. As he looks to send him that way, he sees a man floating in the sky. I might say, this is far easier than I could have hoped. And who might you be? Oh, well, if it isn't Acnologia. My name is All for One. I must thank you for making my job easier. With you taking out almost every hero in the country, of course. So, you also take advantage of the chaos I created. Well, let me tell you what I told the guy. You're ruining a nice moment for me and my family. Ah, family. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Just a shame you won't be around to see them. You think you could also take me on? Oh, I know I can. After all, with your quirk, I will have the power to bend beyond my wildest dreams. As in a flash, he grabs Deku's face and trying to steal his quirk. But Deku just laughs. You think this is a quirk? As Deku rips off the arm of All for One. He screams out in pain and recoils back from Deku and Shark. What is this? This is a power of a dragon, and you will feel the wrath of one. As Deku does another dragon roar, All for One getting blown away through several buildings, smashing into the ground, missing both arms, legs, and his organs, and in a tremendous amount of pain. As Deku walks towards him, you see now that all you worked towards was in vain. You won't be the thing anyone will ever think about again, or remember after this day. No, it can't end like this. As Deku just aims his hand at All for One, obliterating him, and what remained. As Shigaraki sees this, and the other leagues rebellion, Deku turns to them and starts to fight, while Dabi fires at him. You smell like Fumi and Shoto. Are you perhaps related to them? As Dabi stops. No, I'm not related to that damn family. You can try to lie by my nose, doesn't. But if you are I think you will be happy to know your father is dead. As Darby stops what he was doing after he heard, but the rest started to attack. First with Toga and Twice. Toga tries to stab Deku, but Deku grabs her by the arm and, well, uses her to hit Twice away, bashing her skull in the process. And, of course, Twice died on the impact that the force from Deku released. Compress tries to trap Deku in a marble, but it fails. He just rips both his arms and kills Twice. But Shiggy tries to get Deku, but Shiggy hasn't gotten to the point where he has trained or anything. So he easily punched Shiggy in the gut, ending up pushing Shiggy away. As Dobby just stands there watching this. So, what are you gonna do with me? Not sure. I could just kill you, or maybe have your family decide what happened to you. Do you want? You already achieved my goal, which is to kill Endeavor. But since you beat him, but you beat me to do that, so I'm done. As Deku just walks up to Dobby and just neck chops him, knocking him out. No, your family would decide. Hey kid, mind helping me back? All might. You're looking worse for wear. Well, you try to. Well, not everyone is invincible like you are. That is fair. As Deku picks up him and Dobby, taking, well, them both to the police station. And the rest of the heroes and other people, without the leadership of Destro and All For One, kind of squandered around. Being unorganized and fails. As afterwards, he returned home, where Fuyumi just runs up and hugs him, bit teary-eyed. So, I was so worried about you. You wouldn't come back in. As she stops after Deku pats her back. I'm fine. I'm glad you're safe. But it's still not over yet. What do you mean? The government is in a state of crisis currently. They will still worry about me, so I'll tell them what I want. As he's about to go, wait! Deku stops. Yes. Fuyumi just runs up and, well, kisses on one cheek. Come back soon, okay? Okay then. So, afterwards I guess will become a mate then. What? It's what dragons would say for their husband or wife. But I... No buts. After this, I want to stop. I want you by my side. I want me to be on yours. So will you be my mate then? I do then. Good. Deku kisses her forehead and flies off. After this, Deku would spend several days stopping and killing the remaining Nomus and Meta Liberation Army members after helping Japan regain power and control. And in return, Deku has given full pardon and listens to his demands. And Dobby was visited by Fuyumi and the rest of his family. But Dobby would have to stay in prison in a few years for rehabilitation. But his family would visit him and so it wasn't very bad for him. Eri and Kota were being looked after by Ryuko while Deku was gone. They didn't mind as much, and well, Deku deeds was to reinitiate the heroes and not value on quirks so much. They agreed, and he returned to his family. A time skip of years later, Japan has been built back up for ruins. Heroes slowly regain their numbers. Villains too, but they're not as organized as they used to be, so Deku didn't see much issue. After the Battle of Acnologia, Bakugo could not use his quirk anymore to not blast or anything. He had suffered too much nerve damage and such. So he tried to live a more peaceful life. Thinking of what to do. Possibly even just help train the future heroes, even though he could not be one. And other heroes had to retire, such as Mount Lady and Kamui Woods. The crime rate went from 6% to 1.5%. Todoroki eventually became the number 2 hero next to Miria, who is the number 1, which he is fine with. Ryuko and Mirko still do some hero work, but take time off to visit their grandkids. Speaking of Kota and Eri, Fumi has become the Ice, Water, and Time Dragon Slayer. And Kota and Eri have become the first 2 Dragon Slayer heroes. And there will be more like them to come. But there still is one child of Fumi and Acnologia's that they have their biological children, who has been being trained by Deku, who is currently helped running the country, and help manage the other country as well. All Might retired knowing that the job has been done. One for All was gone, but All for One was too. And the world saw peace, finally, after all the bloodshed. End of this What If. Thank you guys so much for listening to this What If. It's been... I gotta say, we probably could have ended in this series in 5 parts, but at the same time, I just wanted to push it for so long. Honestly, we probably didn't have to, but at the same time, I'm glad we kind of did. I will be working on more Dragon Slayers. I want to do at least all of them, and maybe some of the Fairy Tail powers too. It would be fun to see how I would do that with my team. But yeah, after today, Acnologia is officially finished. See you all next time. Cyber Dragon out. Peace.